Hello, everybody, and welcome to Showdown, UCentral's gaming podcast. I'm James Rodriguez.
And I'm Misty Jordan.
And we're here to talk about video games, which is the hot new thing that all the kids are doing out in the schoolyard with the joy pads and the buttons and the...
And then they take them home and put them on TV.
Yep, and it's called Nintendo Switch. I played a lot of that over spring break. How are you, Misty? How was your spring break?
How are you? My break was so good. I celebrated my birthday, so that was fun. I was in Dallas. I didn't get to play a lot of games. I know we usually open saying what games we've been playing.
Yeah.
I've been playing Breath of the Wild, obviously. Got back into Pokemon Go. So, yeah, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But what have you been up to? How was your break?
My break was good. One of my roommates moved out, and the other was in Austin for South by Southwest. I actually wanted to have him on today's show because he went to the South by Southwest Gaming Convention. Yeah, shouts out to Garland.
Love.
But he couldn't be here today. He might be on next week if we can have him.
That'd be awesome.
But he did go to the South by Southwest Gaming Expo. He got to play ARMS and Splatoon 2 and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you got to do a bunch of stuff. Got a neat Switch hat, which I can probably tell him to bring on.
Oh my gosh,
if we can get him next week. But yeah, I finished Breath of the Wild. I had about 135 hours total. I did all 120 shrines.
That's impressive.
Which, by the way, I maintain that doing all 120 shrines is kind of worth it. I won't say what it gives you, but...
he told me what it gets you.
Basically, it gives you the best hat in the game, in my opinion. That's all I will say.
Yes.
It's my favorite hat, and I absolutely had to get that hat and then upgrade it to its maximum potential, and then I was able to make the best outfit, in my opinion, in the game. So I beat that. I maintain that Breath of the Wild is a great game. It's probably better than most other 3D Zelda games. Like, I rank it above, definitely Skyward Sword, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. Ocarina of Time is kind of difficult because Ocarina of Time, I love it. It's so much.
It's just such a part of everyone's
and it's a difference of 20 years,
yeah,
Ocarina
exactly.
of Time.
That's why it's hard to rank things.
Yeah.
And with that time span.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time 20
so
years ago.
Time.
Yeah, in some ways it's how do you compare that to Breath of the Wild now when Breath of the Wild has 20 years of game development on its side, which is crazy to think. Okay, wait, no. Ocarina is 19. It came out in 98. Almost 20, though. So an almost 20-year difference. Yeah, obviously, I still don't like it better than Wind Waker, but, given how much I talk about Wind Waker, nobody was really expecting that.
It's fine.
Yeah, it does have Koroks. I don't
Did you get all the Koroks?
No.
Are you going to?
No, I got 100 Koroks. I found out, actually, there are 900 Koroks. I guess this is minor Zelda spoilers. Some people freak out over this. 900 Koroks, only 400 of them are needed to upgrade all of your weapon, shield, and bow stashes. Everything else, Can we just say what it is?
What do you mean?
You don't know what happens when you get all 900 Korok seeds? Okay, so... Again, Breath of the Wild spoilers for people who care about what happens.
Wait, do I want to know this?
It's really stupid. It doesn't matter.
It's
You're
fine.
never going to get all 900 Korok seeds. Okay, so basically, once you get all 900, Hetsu gives you a golden poop.
Cool.
Yeah, it's literally it's a gold shaped thing. It looks like a poop. The item description's it smells kind of bad.
Oh my gosh, what is it called?
I think it's just called Hetsu's Gift. But yeah, it's essentially just a golden poop, and that's what you get for getting all 900 Korok seeds.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this. I didn't even upgrade past the point of.
So strange. Oh my gosh, I see it. Yeah, it literally looks like the poop emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
But I really like the game overall. I like the shrines. I like a lot of the shrine quests, although some of them are kind of a giant pain in the butt.
Yes.
But
I did some of those last night.
Believe me, once you get to the one where you have to do paraglide across 8 different rocks, you'll know true pain. I'll show you later.
Okay, I did one last night. I finally went out west in the map, and I got 3 towers last night. Are you proud of me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm bad at getting towers.
I got like 3 towers like pretty quickly.
Okay, well it's fine.
I got the whole map like pretty quickly too. Anyway.
We all know you're superior at gaming.
I mean, kind of. There are definitely games you are better at than I am.
Like what?
I don't know.
Exactly.
We'll get to that in a second. There's one I'm thinking of, but
really,
we'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay.
All right.
Now I'm curious. Okay, continue.
Oh yeah. So Breath of the Wild, it's a good game. It's not perfect by any means. Weapon degradation just started to bug me at the end. Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I think from here, like, what a lot of people have been saying is make sort of the Majora's Mask of Breath of the Wild, where it's like they take a lot of the same systems and a lot of the same stuff and like assets, but maybe like, you know, put it in a different world, put some different stipulations on it, don't make weapon degradation so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That said, as much like trash I talked a lot of trash on like the DLC expansion stuff, and now I'm really excited for it. Like, I feel like such an idiot. I shouldn't be excited for paying for hard mode, but like in December when all of it's out, like I'm definitely going to do a second playthrough, I think, with hard mode and play through all the other stuff. But that is not the end of what I played, because I'm a great big nerd with no time or with no social stuff happening. Wow, I can't make sentences today. That's kind of bad when you're on a show talking.
I remember I came over last week and you were playing Horizon.
Yeah, I dipped a little bit back into Horizon, but it was that issue of this game is not Zelda, and
that's so sad.
It's not even like it really does feel like in a lot of ways like comparing apples to oranges, or I don't know, like oranges to other citrus fruits that aren't oranges.
Lemons.
I mean, I don't want to call Horizon a lemon, but
grapefruit.
Sure, yeah, let's go with grapefruit. Grapefruit is great for this analogy, because grapefruit's something that a lot of people love, but I can't seem to understand why.
I love grapefruit.
Well, maybe you would love Horizon.
Some people cannot eat it, and that makes me really sad.
I mean, yeah, there are such things as food allergies, but yeah.
Well, no, it's like for medication.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Crazy, man.
It's really weird.
Sorry. Welcome to Showdown, the show that we talk about food.
Your number one fruits and veggies podcast. But yeah,
fruits and veggies.
Like I dipped into Horizon, and it's just it's not Zelda. It's not supposed to be Zelda, but it's so hard not to make those Zelda comparisons. Yeah. I mean, Jim Sterling, who I love to death, was, you know, very critical of Breath of the Wild and like very complimentary of Horizon, and like honestly, like I can see why in some aspects, but at the same time, like Horizon leaves me kind of bored in terms of gameplay at times. Like, I don't know, it's just like
tears.
Well, no, it's not a bad game.
I know, but we were the like hype that we had for it, like. Last year after
it's a great game. It's literally, I think, just not hitting me right. Like, and I keep trying, but
do you think if they were released at different times, do you think that it would be different?
I think if it was separate from when Zelda came out, I would feel differently about it, but because I literally played them like back to back, and I'm still kind of playing Horizon, but I've been playing some other stuff too. But yeah, it's definitely like, because, like, in Horizon, it's just, like, I'll look at, like, a cliff or something, and I'm like, I'm going to climb that. And then it's like, nope, Aloy can't do that. Aloy cannot just climb onto anything like Link can. And, you know.
Man.
And just, I don't know, there's crafting, like, upgrades and stuff. And just, I don't know, there's a lot of systems that aren't interesting. I'm really interested in the story. Like, once I got I restarted the game, and because I was only like 2 hours in, but already I'd kind of like forgotten what I was doing in Horizon. Yeah. So I restarted, and I got much farther into the story. Admittedly, I'm probably only like 5 or 6 hours in still, and like I'm really invested in the narrative. It's just then when it's broken up into the gameplay, I'm just like, I don't really feel like I'm hunting creatures right, like the robots. I don't feel like I'm taking them down properly, and just I don't know, just
get good.
I mean, I guess it feels weird, and it's just so many different systems, I might
No, I
honestly
know.
just go back to
Um,
Yakuza, like, honestly, since I was playing that, too,
I,
before
I
Breath of the Wild
I
came out.
updated my PS4 last week, and I have been playing so much of the Switch that I kept pressing the circle as like A instead of X, and I was just like, why can I not log in to my PlayStation? And I felt so stupid, and so yeah, I keep going back and forth because I'll listen to Spotify on my TV or watch Twitch or something on my PS4, and I get those controls mixed up so much.
I did the same thing. I had a little bit of a little bit of assistance with getting back to that control scheme, which was that I played Blaster Master Zero on Switch,
Yes.
which is a Inti Creates game. They're responsible for Azure Striker Gunvolt, and I think partially responsible for Mighty Number Nine. I can't
Oh
remember
no.
exactly how they're.
Oh
Don't let
no.
that be a statement on how Blaster Master Zero is.
R.I.P.
Blaster Master Zero is good.
SOS.
It's
SOS.
it's like a it's an 8-bit style game. It's a reimagining sort of like the older Blaster Master games. I never played them. It's part like sort of Metroid-esque gameplay where you're driving around in a tank, and then you'll
Mhm.
get out and be the dude inside the tank on foot, and you'll go into kind of like top-down shooting dungeons. So it's really fun. The story is like absolutely like skippable. Like it's just
Like you don't need it at all.
yeah, really, like, I mean, like, I was having fun with the gameplay, but the narrative is just like, you're a boy, your frog runs into a wormhole, you have to chase the frog through the wormhole, all of a sudden you went through the wormhole, now there's a tank, oh, you find a girl, okay. And I was just like, I don't care about any of this, I just want to shoot the guys and
Yeah.
do the stuff, like, but it's really fun. It's only $10, I think, on Switch. I think I got the true ending, which requires you to beat like all the bosses in the game, which are like easy to find as long as you find the like maps for every area.
Yeah.
And like I got about like 15 hours out of it, so like I mean it's a decent game. Yeah, my only real complaint was the story. The level design's really cool. The top-down sections are a little weird because basically you start out with the most powerful weapon, but the thing is, like, you have like a weapon bar in addition to your health bar, and taking hits reduces your weapon bar. So you could only
Mm,
use the more advanced weapons, the more you have in that weapon bar. And of
right.
course, enemies drop like things that will bring your weapon bar back up. But if you're good enough at the game, you can just get the top level weapon and like stand in corners, and it like unleashes like a giant blast that like goes through walls and stuff.
I
And
bet speedruns of that game would be very interesting.
yeah, I already saw some. Like, I think, um, sorry everybody who's watching this. I am having terrible allergies today.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
Yeah, uh, yeah. I think there are already speed runs that are like 45 minutes or something. Like,
It's pretty cool.
it's definitely a cool
I
game.
wonder, because SGDQ submissions are going up soon. I wonder if someone will submit that.
Maybe I'm more interested to see who submits Breath of the Wild because I feel like somebody will.
Well, I've been watching Breath of the Wild speedruns.
Yeah,
I will say
I watched some too.
one of my good internet friends actually is going to SGDQ, and he was the one that ran Ocarina of Time when I went last summer. Um, he's been hitting it hard. So
I heard they
yeah,
broke the record recently for speed runs on Ocarina.
they did. It was yesterday.
Yeah, it's down to like
Actually,
14 minutes or something now.
It's 17 minutes and 9 seconds, and it's by Torier.
Hmm.
I met him. Sorry,
Yeah.
nerding out.
But I guess sort of to take us out of what we've been playing and moving on into our first topic, the whole time I was playing Blaster Master, it was really kind of just a big moment for me of like, man, I really want Virtual Console on Switch.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, it's an 8-bit style game. Reminds me a lot of Metroid. It's in the Metroidvania genre. I'd say it's a lot closer to Metroid than Castlevania, just because it's a sci-fi game, and a lot of the
Yeah.
there's straight up like there's some monsters in Blaster Master that just remind me of the Space Pirates from Metroid. Like they
Aw.
kind of look the same. So
Metroid is such a good game,
yeah.
man.
Uh, But yeah, I was just thinking like I'd really like to play like Super Metroid or like when I was doing the top-down sections. I mean, obviously it's not anything like a Zelda game because it's so much more combat oriented and gun oriented than Zelda. There's not really like puzzles that you're solving other than like occasionally you'll enter like one of the dungeons and it'll be dark and it's like, oh, throw a flash grenade. Okay, now it's light now.
Okay.
Um, but no, it was making me think of Minish Cap and just I'm just like I
Aw.
want backwards compatibility or
I
not backwards
know.
compatibility,
Well,
but like I
that
want
too.
Virtual Console on the Switch and I want to start playing like some Game Boy games again and
Yeah.
some SNES
Because
games.
to have a Game Boy game, like, I mean, obviously you're used to it handheld, but to be able to like plug it in and play it on TV, like that's so cool. And I want that experience with some of the Game Boy games that I played back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, I had the Game Boy Player back on GameCube, and
Yeah.
I remember I used that when I was playing Pokemon Emerald. That was some fun times.
Pokemon Emerald was my first Pokemon game. So good.
Right on. I mean, it's not a bad starting point.
My secret base had all the decorations.
I mean, you can't have all the decoration.
No.
It had like a decoration limit of like
It
15.
did, and it was fine, but I had so many, like when you ran in, it was the little music tiles. So cute.
Hmm.
And all the plushies, man. So
I'm really glad they brought that back for the remakes. But yeah,
Me too.
I don't know. Let's just do some random stuff. Misty, what are 5 games you'd want for Virtual Console on Switch?
Oh my gosh.
I totally didn't prepare you for this.
No,
so
this
it's
is
fine
like
if you
totally
can't.
on the spot. Honestly, probably my first Pokemon game. Pokemon. Well, no, because I have Sapphire, but I don't know. Maybe a Pokemon game for sure. I want to replay Phantom Hourglass.
I don't know how they do that on Switch.
I know, because you have to. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
just crushing your dreams over here.
Whatever. I think honestly the original Animal Crossing would be cool again. I don't know. I'm trying to think of games that I used to play.
Yeah, because like for me, what I want more than anything on every console ever is Super Mario World.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Super Mario World and then maybe Mario 64.
Mario 64, I'm always like it's always a toss up for me because I really do like the DS version more than I like the N64 version, which I know is blasphemy for some people, but
I've never actually played the DS version.
DS version's really good.
I don't like, I'll be honest, I don't like the controls in the 64 version, but it's fine.
You might try try the DS version on a 3DS where you can because that was the biggest downfall with the DS version was that there was no joystick and that you were doing 3D movements with
Right,
a control pad.
yeah.
But when you play it on the 3DS, you can use your joypad, which I mean, admittedly, is not the same as having full like analog control, but it makes up for it a lot and does make it like play better.
I thought of a game.
What game?
Paper Mario.
That's honestly a game
Paper
I really
Mario,
want.
Paper Mario,
Like out of
Paper
the
Mario.
N64 library, like
Oh,
that's what I want most. Like
that
obviously,
game's so good. Like story and just like
I just still haven't
everything.
finished it. I started
It's
it.
so
I started on
good.
Wii U like 2 years ago, and
Oh,
I
it's so
still
good.
like I've never gone back to it.
That's in my top 5 games of all time, man. Oh man, so
Yeah,
good. Good
for
memories.
for me, it's like Paper Mario. I do want Ocarina of Time and Majora, but I really want the 3DS versions to be on Switch.
Yes. Oh, I would love that.
Obviously, yeah, Super Mario World, either Minish Cap or Link to the Past.
Yeah, I
Just
think a
one
Link
of
to the Past
one of the
would be cool.
16-bit top-down Zeldas. I mean, probably a Link to the Past is probably.
I want
what
Link's
more-
Awakening.
I would be down with that. I still have never beaten that game. I've never. I'm bad with 2D Zeldas,
I am
admittedly.
too.
Like,
I mean, I never finished Link's Awakening either,
Mm.
but I put so much time into it when I was a kid that I was obsessed with it. So
I guess random GameCube game I want is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, which is the
Okay.
GameCube remake, the first Metal Gear Solid. Even though I still have a physical GameCube copy, and I'm able to play it on Wii U through certain methods
you know
that
what
are
would be cool
definitely
as
cool.
a virtual console
What?
remake, like the original 3 Mario Party games. If
I
they
would
could
be
somehow implement that with the Joy-Cons.
I would be down with that. I feel like there is a way they can do that. I mean, because it wouldn't be the first time they did Mario Party. They'll never do Mario Party 1 because of the lawsuit that happened with the joysticks messing
Yeah.
up everybody's thumbs. But Mario Party 2, I could definitely
Well, Mario
see.
Party 2 is the best one, so
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm glad we agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played that much Mario Party. Like, I've never played
So good.
any of the GameCube ones. I played, and then, like, I think I played 1, 2, 3, and then 9 and 10.
I've played 1, 2,
And
3,
9 and 10 are garbage.
4, 5, 8, and 10.
Yeah.
10 is garbage.
9 and 10 are both garbage. I don't know why they were like, let's have everybody move at the same time in one big vehicle. But no. Nobody wanted that. No one asked for that, Nintendo.
Okay.
No one.
I have one more game.
One more game. Hit me with it. And then
Banjo-Kazooie.
that'll never happen.
I know.
Ukulele is coming out
I know.
next month.
I'm stupid excited.
Supposedly.
I'm so stupid excited.
I still can't get any confirmation if that's coming simultaneously on Switch.
I don't care. I'm getting it on PS4.
Okay. All right. So, moving on from that, on the topic of Switch, there has been an issue of maybe Switch games being too expensive to produce because they're cartridge-based rather than, Blu-rays,
Yeah.
which has brought the price of some games up, specifically Rhyme, which is an upcoming PS4, Xbox One, and Switch game. It's sort of like action-adventure-y, a little Zelda-y, a little bit of inspiration from like The Witness and stuff.
It looks awesome.
It looks interesting.
The Witness is a good game.
The Witness is, I mean, it's too
Okay.
hard for me.
Cool.
I'm
I
not,
just watched someone
not good.
play it. I mean, I didn't
Yeah,
actually play
it's a beautiful game. It's just it frustrates me to no end. And it was a game that after I think 4 or 5 hours, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. This is making me so angry. So yeah, I think it kind of sucks. I think that like smaller publishers are going about this the wrong way. Because Rhyme is obviously a smaller game, and now it's going to be more expensive on Switch than it is on PS4 and Xbox One. But it's because they want a physical release for the game, but that's also going to hurt the digital price too, because the digital price has to stay consistent with the physical release, which I don't really get that. I think Nintendo needs to loosen up on that policy. I know Puyo Puyo Tetris, which is coming out, has different prices for the physical and digital versions, but they got away with that, I think, because the physical version has, keychains or something.
That's so weird.
Yeah, so, just put cheap tat in your, physical releases.
Put temporary tattoos in there.
Yes, put temporary tattoos in your physical releases, and then
the
charge
kids will
more.
Put them all over their face.
Charge more for them, and then let the digital people pay less. I think it's ridiculous even that we still are having this issue where any company feels like they have to, suck up to brick and mortar stores and not have their digital storefront be cheaper. Especially Nintendo's terrible about lowering prices on older 3DS games.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
because I'm just like, oh, I'll wait for it to go down in price.
Yeah, never happens.
Still
unless
waiting.
There's one of those rare sales. I think Monster Hunter had a sale recently where the newest Monster Hunter Generations, I think, was down to 20. But even then, it's you look at PSN and Until Dawn was on sale this week for $10.
Until Dawn is great.
Yeah, we should do a playthrough of Until
Oh my
Dawn.
gosh, I've played it so many times.
Okay,
Let's do it.
we need to do it.
Let's do it.
We will
Okay.
set that up off camera.
Look out for that. That'll be great.
I think we should have Ryan control it the whole time.
I really like playing it, but okay, that's fine.
All right.
I love that game.
But yeah, I think if you're gonna go for a physical release on the Switch, I think you should really consider how much is that worth it. Because I feel like for a game like Rhyme, is there really a big clamoring of people who are yes, I really want a physical release of Rhyme?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been following that, and I don't really ever follow releases.
I feel like for a smaller game like that, you shouldn't hurt your game by making it more on the Switch just because you want a physical release. Ukulele is not releasing physically on the Switch, I think, for the same reason, which, you know, I do think this is something that Nintendo also needs to reconsider in terms of their pricing for physical versus digital and not always keeping that consistent. I think
Yeah.
the idea that Puyo Puyo Tetris had of putting extra physical stuff in the physical release to make, you know, have some kind of value for why it's more on physical than digital.
Hmm.
That said, I'm also really excited for Puyo Puyo Tetris. I got a Japanese eShop account, so I could download that. It's really easy. I'll
Oh
have to
my
show you how to
gosh.
do
Yeah,
it.
please do.
Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculously simple, and then you can get some Japanese demos, and
Yeah.
there's some weird stuff in the Japanese eShop. There's this
I love it. I
there's,
love it.
no, there's this really like no, it's like there's this really bad looking like low poly game where you ride around as like a magical girl on a flying motorcycle.
I would probably love it.
No, it looks so bad. Like
That's
I'm gonna have to
fine.
show you the trailer for it. Like no, like it looks like something that would end up on like Steam Greenlight. Like
Oh.
it's so bad, and like I watched it one night like when I was just by myself because Garland was gone. But then when Garland got back, he was on the Japanese eShop and he looked at it, and we both just had like a good laugh because it is the silliest trailer. It looks so silly.
Oh, man.
Speaking of things that look silly, Mass Effect Andromeda not doing as great as
Yeah.
people thought. It's
People
been
were really excited. And
Yeah.
really let down.
I was really excited, and like I've been a big Mass Effect fan. I still have my N7 hoodie. I don't wear it anymore, but I still have it. I mean, I used to wear that a lot back in high school. Like, I was a big Mass Effect fan. I was really excited for this game coming up. It just seems to be kind of disappointing. I've heard a lot of sort of mixed things on it.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been a lot of controversy over the facial animations and
Yes.
stuff, which
Ugh,
admittedly
it's
they do
so
look bad.
cringy, So cringy.
But quick PSA, don't go harassing developers of video games. All right? Do not send people death threats because they made silly facial animations. Anyway, back to Mass Effect Andromeda.
Amen.
I'm just saying, because there has been a lot of harassment towards the devs, and that is just completely unwarranted.
And it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and it's just like you try and make a video
yeah,
game.
exactly. Like, you try and do that. Like,
Yeah.
these people are doing this for you. Like, calm down.
Admittedly, there has been sources that said, like, a lot of people, like, there's been different teams working on different parts of this game. There's been a lot of people who were like, this was kind of their first game that they worked on, so that might have led to some of the facial animations
Gotcha.
weirdness. But, like, again, I go back to Horizon. Horizon has a lot of, like, it has Mass Effect style conversations, and admittedly, while the facial animations still look a little, like, weird in that, like, they're of a quality that you would expect from a game in 2017, whereas, like, from what I've seen in Mass Effect Andromeda, not the same deal.
Yeah. It looks like something we would have seen, like, a few years back.
Yeah.
Maybe even on a PS3.
Honestly, when I saw the first, like, footage of, like, the intro of Mass Effect Andromeda, like, I was just like, is this really an improvement over 3? Like, I almost felt like booting up 3 and being like,
Yeah.
is this really the new generation? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's disappointing for me. Obviously, I was excited about this. I love the Mass Effect trilogy. I will even defend the ending of 3 to a certain extent. I've played through those games a lot. Honestly, I've been thinking about replaying them again just because everybody's talking about Mass Effect again.
Yeah.
Biggest thing that disappointed me, that we talked about this last night, I think you pointed it out to me in that article you showed me. Apparently Mass Effect Andromeda has only
Yeah.
2 male-on-male relationship options, which, Ryan, can you give me a close-up for this? I'm gonna get on my soapbox here. All right.
Boy.
Look, BioWare, whichever team it is, I love Mass Effect. I'm a gay man. There's a lot of gay guys that play video games. Trust me, I know a lot of them. Stop giving us crappy relationship options, alright? I was so excited when Mass Effect 3 came out, and I was like, oh, finally, I can make my Shepard gay. 2 guys. One of which I kind of killed in Mass Effect 1, so I was limited to 1 guy, and his entire personality trait was being gay. And now I'm like, all right, Andromeda's going to fix this. They're going to make this better. They're going to have more options. 2 characters again. One of them is there's only one that's like a serious romantic relationship. I don't really know the details of either. I will say I'm a little limited on knowledge. But from what I'm hearing, it's basically another core test for Mass Effect 3. Shape up, BioWare. Like, come on. Give us some better male-to-male relationships. All right? There's a lot of gay gamers. All right? We have our own convention in San Francisco. It's great. I want to go sometime. But that's all I wanted to say. That's me getting preachy and, you know, spreading my SJW agenda on Showdown.
Oh my gosh. That's fine.
Yeah.
Get with the times.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's all I can really say on a drop. Neither of us have played it.
I don't think either of us want to play it. No.
I want to play it down the road, probably when it goes on sale or something. But for right now, just whatever. Anyway, back on the subject from earlier. This will probably be our last topic because we're running a little short on time.
We had some more, but we can always do that at a later date.
They're making a sequel to Digimon Cyber Sleuth. It's going to be great. All right. But on to our real last topic.
Cheated. You said we were going to talk about games that we're both excited for. Okay, cool. There's a game coming out that's like The Last of Us, but it's in France, and it is like The Plague, and it's a sister and younger brother. Okay, cool. Keep an eye out.
What's the name of the game?
A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Okay, so on to our earlier topic, games that I think Misty is better at than I am. The Splatoon Global Test Fire is live probably right now as you're watching this, if you're watching it on Friday. It's live right now as we're recording, which kind of sucks. I thought about setting up so we could do a Let's Play of it, but unfortunately the internet we have here is kind of terrible, so...
That's okay. I'm going to go home and play it.
I'm really excited for it. Like, I'm excited to give Splatoon a second shot. I feel like I never gave it a fair chance on the Wii U.
You think I'm better at it?
I mean, yeah, I hardly played any of it. Didn't you, like, buy it and play it and stuff?
I didn't buy it, but I've played it.
Oh, well, never mind. I might be better at Splatoon than Misty is.
I know, I was, like, really
I'm a kid now, I'm a
that.
squid now. I'm a kid, I'm a squid, I'm a kid, I'm a squid.
Yeah.
Splatoon. I don't know, we have real things to talk about. Why am I just, like, gibbering on?
I don't know.
Sometimes I wonder why you don't just reach over and slap me. Okay.
Just kidding. Can we talk about the Joy-Con fix before we end?
Oh, yeah. You go ahead and lead with this, because this is all you.
Apparently, we had discussed how the left Joy-Con was having some problems, right? Yes.
Just completely desyncing and dropping out.
It was so weird.
Which is great, because that's the thing that you move with. So a lot of people were playing Breath of the Wild, and all of a sudden Link would just get stuck in his running animation and go off a cliff.
So apparently, it was a pretty easy fix. They just put a piece of foam in there. And yeah, it was just a piece of foam.
Somehow the foam is, like, more conductive, so it puts out a better signal or something?
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen some before and after photos. The foam is extremely small. It's just like literally that big.
Yeah, you'll have to send me an image.
Fixed all of it.
Maybe I can.
Yeah, we'll put in a graphic or something.
Don't make that promise. I did that.
We're not gonna make that promise.
I did that before, and then I forgot when I was editing the show to put it in because I'm a bad editor.
It's like I just can't believe that it was such a simple fix. But yeah.
I mean, here's hoping that the next batch of Joy-Cons that Nintendo release.
They have said that the next batch of Switches won't have the problem at all.
Woohoo! Early adopters getting screwed over again.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, cool, thanks.
I'm so glad I pre-ordered, and then
they should let us all like return the left Joy-Con and get a new one.
I mean, I don't really.
Nintendo wouldn't do that. That's fine.
No, they've done that before. They've done something similar. Because I remember when the Wii was out, a lot of them had problems where the lasers couldn't read dual-layered discs, and then Smash Bros. Came out, and Smash Brothers was a dual-layered disc, so a lot of people were getting Smash Brothers, and they were like, my Wii won't play this game! Ah! I mean, rightfully so. So I don't know, maybe they will. I probably wouldn't send mine back. Like, mine were 10 feet away on the couch when my dock is behind the TV, so it's not that big of a deal for me. Living that Switch privilege life.
Yeah.
Ayo.
And actually, something that's interesting, Nintendo hasn't really addressed this yet. They're kind of sweeping it under the rug.
They said, like, I think initially before the Switch came out that they were, like, looking into it, but... Yeah,
but since this came out, they haven't really addressed it. There hasn't been, like,
but usually the next batch of Switches is going to have this fix.
That's what I read. I'm actually not 100% sure. So I'm sorry, fake news.
All this fake news on Showdown.
It's my major, you know? Sorry. Okay, let's not go there.
All right, we should probably wrap up. Misty, if people want to talk to you about fake news and how you're ruining the internet by spreading lies,
I'm
or
ruining
just
the journalism industry. It's
oh,
fine.
or just other things, how can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at MistyDawn_95, or I'm not even going to say my Twitch handle anymore because I don't stream. But just one more thing I wanted to say before is that there's a week-long water festival event in Pokemon Go, so there's a lot more water Pokemon.
I need to go catch more Totodiles and Squirtles.
I always have been like, oh my gosh, Misty, like from Pokemon, right? I've been like, yes, thank you. And water Pokemon are my favorite, so I've been enjoying this. But yeah, okay, where can they find you at?
If you want to find my heavy SJW commentary where I complain about how everything is, I don't know, I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
I am a very progressive folk, but I don't know. I'm going to stop talking now. If you want to find me, though, I am on Twitter at JamesTheKuma. There you can tell me why I'm wrong about women in video games or something. Also, of course, I'm still on the U Central newscast Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30. I do our social media segment. I talk about video games on there sometimes.
He's really great. I watch it live. No.
Misty always comes on the stream and says nice things about me, so you can too.
Join us.
But that does it for Showdown this week. Next week, hopefully, maybe we'll be able to get Garland in, and
yeah, you guys can meet him. He's so great.
yeah,
Oh,
Garland is wonderful. He wrote a theme song for the last show I did, Gamerbit, which he still performs live.
Yeah,
It was
he
replaced
it with
Yeah,
Showdown.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah. So, but that's all for this week. Yeah. So, stay classy, YouTube.
Eat your fruits, your citric fruits.
Yes, eat a grapefruit unless you're
Unless
told
you
by your
can't.
doctor that you can't. All right, bye.
Bye, thanks.